So we are Glitch Key podcast, and we're going to be going over our experience at GalaxyCon Columbus 2023. Some of the highs, some of the lows. Not that there was many lows at all, to be honest with you. Like this is actually one of my favorite conventions that I've been to in a while.
No, overall a solid convention. I mean, overall a solid convention. The past few conventions I've been to at that specific center have been subpar, maybe a little bit lower because I get COVID was a thing, and a lot of people were still figuring out how they want to do scheduling for panels, how they want to do the event in general. After everybody was kind of shacked up in their homes for what 3 years or so,
2.5, 3 years, give or take. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, we saw COVID take kind of run its course and go through the conventions. There were some conventions that were operating during COVID. I know we went to. Did you guys didn't go with us to MitsuriCon last year? That was the one you guys did not go with us to, right?
No, we went 2022, and that was probably one of the most disappointing experiences of my life.
Yeah, that mid-Suricon. So we had our ups and downs with that convention, but honestly, with what is going on with OhioCon, I would definitely prefer mid-Suricon over that, and that's saying a lot. But back on to GalaxyCon, so everybody goes for conventions for different things. Some people go just to fucking goon around the hallways and just hang out with cosplayers for the weekend. Some people go just to be absolute idiots for a weekend. I know that's kind of somewhat on our MO for the weekend.
Yeah. No kidding.
But honestly, I actually think that after COVID, it kind of gave us a chance to kind of reflect on what we do at conventions. Because before COVID, we hit the vendor hall hard, and we dropped serious amounts of money on there. And while that was nice and all, and I still have a lot of the shit that we have, it definitely puts things in perspective. Like, hey, what are we actually here for? Like, are we here for, collecting things, or dropping lucrative amounts of money for figures and statues? Or do we want to sit there and try to make more memories? Because it doesn't cost anything to make friends and, and hang out.
But it kind of also applies to, like, the reason I used to go to conventions because I like to cosplay and like meeting cosplayers and whatever. But like, I did not feel like I didn't need to enjoy this one because there's so much going on.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
you could actually go and like, so I know we've been going to conventions for a long time now, and I started out as like a fan and wanting to just do nothing but take pictures of other cosplayers, take pictures with cosplayers. But as the years went on, I just wanted to start cosplaying, and it's been such a long time since I could just enjoy a convention without having to be in cosplay and just fangirl over, the newest anime characters out there, and it was just a lot of fun in my opinion. I enjoyed myself quite a bit.
I did too.
Yeah.
What specifically did you guys enjoy about it, aside from just the overall atmosphere of it? Because a lot of people can say, like, okay, they just like the atmosphere of it, but what is in it for an individual, say, in that category of, I don't care about cosplay, I just want to go as a fan? What about that to you guys specifically did you favor?
I mean, it kind of, for me personally, one of the biggest things that drew my attention to GalaxyCon was the sheer fucking size of guests. Like, I don't think I've ever, we've been to a Fan Expo Chicago, and I don't think Fan Expo Chicago had that diverse of a guest list.
Half the vendor hall was just guests, like literally split down the middle.
Yeah.
Was guest. It was
half the vendor hall ate half my wallet.
No kidding.
And that was straight for fucking meeting people too. Like Ripley and I actually spent or overspent.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
just the meeting people alone.
Ripley and I overspent our budget at Fan Expo Chicago on day one meeting people, and we tried to avoid doing that this convention, but we still wanted to meet people. So we decided to meet Murph from Practical Jokers. He was very nice, very very small. He was a lot shorter than I thought he'd be in person, but it was Saturday morning, and we were the first ones at his booth, and he was just filming I don't know if you guys have noticed, like, if you guys been like to someone's booth and they're like filming a TikTok or an Instagram story or something like that.
I think I've been to that a couple of times.
So he was in the middle of doing that, and I think this is fucking hilarious because he was catty cornered from Mike Tyson's booth, and he kind of just panned over, and he's like, man, he's like, this is James S. Murray. I'm at GalaxyCon Columbus and having a good time and whatnot. And he's like, I'm over here right next to Mike Tyson's booth. And he points over to Mike Tyson's booth, and one of the, I think it was security. One of the security guards was walking by who was black, and it was red as he pointed. And he's like, great, now I just look like a giant racist because I just pointed at the only other black guy who walked in front of Mike Tyson's booth.
It was like,
Wow.
like, oh, there's Mike Tyson over there, not him.
Oh my god! So it was incredibly funny. Very, very nice. A very nice individual. Glad we got to meet him. The second person we got to meet that weekend was we got to meet Susan Egan. And this was our second time meeting her. First time we met her was at MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia. And I still think you guys would have lost your fucking minds at that convention. That was insane. That was probably...
Isn't that where Elise was at? Like May's voice actor?
No, I think that someone was saying that she was going to be there, but no, there was never any confirmation.
What con?
MomoCon.
Oh yeah, no, she was there the year before that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That is still hands down the biggest. I would still say bigger than Chicago.
I've wanted to go to that, but
that is something that you would have to put. Basically, we would have had to start planning that like in the summertime.
Exactly.
Like, you have to start planning that the second that convention finishes.
And just the traveling with all the heavy cotton.
That is a convention I would highly recommend going as a fan. I went cosplaying as Deadpool, and you guys remember my Deadpool costume, not my spandex suit, but my motorcycle suit.
Are you underestimating?
Oh no. Oh no. I'm just verifying you guys remember which Deadpool cosplay I'm referring to, right?
Not Blue Pool.
Not Blue Pool, but specifically my Deadpool suit. That is the one time at a convention I have tapped out of cosplay. I said, nope, fuck this. I am not doing this.
Why?
Because of triple-digit Atlanta heat. That was the worst fucking time. That was worse.
So we had to walk outside for about 15 minutes because we were not connected to the hotel.
Nope.
Yeah, so pretty much it wasn't connected to the hotel, and it took about 15-minute walk to get there, or like 10-minute by scooter, and it was just way too hot, and my cosplays were definitely not suited for it. The shoes were so uncomfortable that my ankles started bleeding within like 10 minutes of walking in them.
Oh,
so I just ended up taking my shoes off, which was the biggest mistake of my life. The concrete was really hot.
Oh my god.
Running to the convention center, I wasn't wearing socks, which was also really stupid.
Oh
luckily there was like a public, like, I guess it was like a water park kind of thing. It was really weird. It was an Olympic themed park area that there was like fountains and whatnot that were spraying around. Kids were playing in it, so that kind of made things a little bit easier. But that is the one and only time I have ever voluntarily said, nope, fuck this, I am not cosplaying. Like, I don't think you guys understand.
Your shoes comment, all I could picture in my head was those memes I've seen of the women like putting period pads around the back of their heel so that their foot or wherever it's bleeding, so that the foot doesn't hurt when it rubs up against the shoe.
You know, as a cosplayer, I've noticed that pads and panty liners, they have more versatile uses, and I'm not even even the slightest bit ashamed to say that.
Just like condoms.
Yes. Yeah. So back to GalaxyCon. I would say that another thing that helps out with this is the fact that this was at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, which we've been to for OhioCon, we've been to for MatsuriCon, and there's other conventions that go there too. I actually know found out there's a bunch of Pokemon trading card tournaments that happen up there. And
the Great Convention Center, there's a 24-hour food court for
Yeah.
kids that party just a little too hard. By kids, I mean like 21, 22-year-olds.
Don't
And-
age us up like that.
Put their head in their hands like at 3 a.m. near the subway, getting over a hangover from day drinking.
Yep.
So
Oh.
people party hard there.
Before this ends, I'd like to share the experience with the voice actor and the Master Chief,
please.
and
Oh, of course.
because I know you guys talked about.
Murph.
We met Steve Downs. Well, Jake, you can tell it's better because he's the one that said it to you.
Oh yeah, I met Steve Downs. We took our Halo Infinite helmet to get signed. Me being like piss ass drunk was just like, can you please tell me Master Chief's voice to encourage me to beat the first one on Legendary? And I had to lean in because that voice is just pure fucking vocal fry. So it's just like, Jake, on Legendary, finish the fight. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Yes, sir.
Good
You
luck,
fucking
Alex.
got it. You
And
got
then
it.
And he signed my helmet.
And then
Yep,
we
which is
proceeded after the convention to go through the most fucking mind-numbing and boring fucking mission of all, Halo CE.
No, yeah, we went through the fucking snow level, and
Fuck that mission.
that mission needed to end an hour ago. We fought like, I'm not even kidding. I counted it. There's like 20 hunter encounters, and we fought them all.
That's all such good fun.
It is.
It was.
It's just so goddamn boring. That one mission.
Yeah.
That one fucking
hold
mission.
on. Before we get on to Halo, we got to talk about meeting Yuri Lowenthal
Yes.
and
Oh yeah.
how do you say his name? Giancarlo Esposito?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo. I'm an idiot. Okay, so Yuri was, unfortunately, that's the longest line we stood in.
Holy crap.
Like, I think we would switch in and out, but we were in for a total of like 2.5 hours.
I think Spider-Man 2 came out 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
so his line was exceptional
But,
because of that.
Yep.
He had a mask on and he had a little microphone to project his voice. So we finally got to the front, and literally like 3 people before we got to the front. His wife, I think,
Yep,
Tara,
his wife.
who does Tamari's voice.
I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that was his
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, she's right next to him. I kind of
That's
felt bad
fucking
for her because
awesome.
her line was non-existent.
No,
And,
not their husbands.
Sasuke's, but I know most people weren't there for Sasuke. But anyway, so we got to the front, and she says, "What?"
I'm relearning how to talk to people. But I asked him like, hey, so there's this Jake Gyllenhaal story of yours, and I'm really, really curious about it because I watched some interviews before I met him, and 3 interviews were just like, oh, I heard about this Jake Gyllenhaal story. Can you elaborate more? He's like, that's a story for another time. So I'm just like, God damn, what is the Jake Gyllenhaal story? So I go up to the man himself. I'm like, dude, what? And his wife was just like, Yuri, we've got an hour before you need to leave. And I'm like, fucking God, okay,
They
fine.
changed his flight apparently.
Yeah, so we're like, okay. I'm like, dude, what's the Spark Notes version of this Jake Gyllenhaal story? And he's like, oh, that. And I'm just like, I can tell at that point that he's pretty embarrassed by it.
Like Spark Notes. Okay.
It's like Spark Notes. Okay, so the thing is that I saw Jake Gyllenhaal at a restaurant, and I voiced the Prince of Persia in one of the games, and this was just off the heels of the Prince of Persia movie where he played in it. So Yuri Lowenthal went to him at a restaurant and just tried to spark up like a friendly conversation, and then he stopped himself there. He's like, the next part, I'm gonna need a few drinks after to tell you more, but I will tell you, don't bother celebrities while they're trying to eat.
And he was looking around. He was like looking around, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Fire style, fireball jutsu."
Yeah, because I asked him
awesome.
like, could you give
That's
you give my girlfriend a Sasuke line?
And he signed our picture, and he drew a little shinobi or a hidden leaf symbol crossed out.
That's awesome. I love that. I love when celebrities do that.
In purple ink, because Sasuke is purple, and that's what he said.
He's
Fuck
like,
yeah.
purple seems to be his color, and then he just
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's been since he's voiced the character. I think Boruto's been going on for
I was gonna say
now.
Boruto's still going on, and plus I could be entirely wrong on this. So if anybody, feel free to correct me on this, but don't usually anime voice actors also reprise a role for the games, or is that just a case by case? Do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he did all the games because most of the original cast showed up for those games.
Okay, I know. Like the case with Dragon Ball Z, like Christopher Sabat and Sean Schemmel, like I would imagine that's around the same. Because let's be honest, you can't try to replicate Piccolo or Vegeta. Like that is a Christopher Sabat staple. Christopher Sabat
voice is ridiculous in the dub.
Oh yeah, but Christopher Sabat was also at GalaxyCon. Unfortunately, my wife and I.
There was a lot. But...
Exactly. There was a lot of people there. There was Mike Tyson's line was probably the longest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
And I met Giancarlo Esposito. I can't even say his name, and I love him. Anyway, that's a very fast one. I was a nervous wreck. Got to the front, signed my shit, took a picture, and I left. Like he
is like one of the sweetest people I've met. Very soft.
I know
he
is. I was intimidated to hell.
Yeah, no, I
He's
mean
very
he has.
intimidating, but he's such a gentleman.
He is. He's very nice.
He's very nice, but he has
very
a
refined
presence about
and
him.
reserved.
Yeah.
But in my head, I just pictured Gus from Breaking Bad.
See, for
and
me,
I was like scared.
I was expecting Moff Gideon from Mandalorian. I was like, dude, this guy's gonna be so fucking like demanding, and it was
Just
like,
looking at him from a distance
Yeah,
and then
he's a
getting
good
up
bad
to him,
guy.
but the second he opens his mouth, I was like, oh, I can relax now.
Yeah,
He has
he's
a very nice
he has
smile, too.
it's really weird because his smile is so gentle,
Yep.
yes,
and like
Yeah.
when he scowls, it's like, oh god.
He's
Like,
got
I'm
RBF hard.
the best way to describe it, and I described him as this when we met him the first time at Sharonville Convention Center for HorrorHound. I said the way
he was there.
yes,
I
yes,
didn't
it
know
was.
you met him.
Yeah,
Yeah, we met him and Matthew
so
Lillard.
we met him at HorrorHound, and then I met him again at Cincinnati at Fan Expo Chicago.
Oh.
So I met Giancarlo twice.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Giancarlo.
So the first time that I got to meet him and I got my picture with him and talked to him for a little bit, my first thing that I said to Ripley, I said, that is a stellar human being. Like, he is just outstanding. He's just a very, very
He's
nice
like-
human being.
You can just tell he's got his shit together.
Yes, and he's very. And the thing is, what caught me off guard, but in a good way, is when I went to go meet him the first time at HorrorHound, he just kind of gave me a look, and he's like, "Have we met before?" I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, no, but I stopped and talked to him for a hot minute. That was kind of caught me
That
off guard. But
memory.
it was kind of cool though. But he did recognize me at Fan Expo Chicago because I have my Mandalorian cosplay ready to go. Big thanks to fucking Jake for helping me out with that. Oh yeah. So I trailed off and talked about MomoCon. We met Susan Egan. Susan Egan is the voice actress for Megara from Hercules. She's also the voice actress who did Rose Quartz from Steven Universe, and did the I don't know if it's the Broadway version or if it was a live action play version, but she did a version of Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh shit.
And
oh yeah, I have a really embarrassing
Hold on.
courage story after this.
Continue, man.
We went to go buy some Lorcana cards, and I am just gonna pretense right here, I dropped some serious fucking money. Like, I dropped almost
Dude, when you
$1,000.
told me the amount, I was just like, Matt, I'm not mad at you, but I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But on top of that, I dropped $2 to get a foil holographic Megara card, and we went straight to her booth to have her sign it, and she was actually tickled pink that we wanted her card signed. She was talking to us about like, you know, her and Hercules, and we brought up, I was like, oh, this is actually our second time meeting you, and she was like, oh, well, where did we meet before? And we talked about MomoCon, and she like kind of like took down memory lane a little bit, because that was during Steven Universe, and the actor who plays Steven, he was a lot younger. The actors who played the Crystal Gems were all there. It was during like the peak of Steven Universe. It was before quarantine. And it was just, Susan is such a nice actress. I love that we got to meet her, and I'm really glad that we got her to sign the card, because the card itself, it's a card. It's not like a fucking, you know, it'll make or break your deck in Lorcana. For anyone watching this, if you guys don't know, Lorcana is basically Disney's version of Magic the Gathering. It's not a card that'll make or break your deck, but it's a card that was holographic. It looked cool, and I wanted her to sign it. It's not like it's going to be worth anything monetary wise, but that's just a nice little personal collection for mine.
We did meet Courage Cowardly Dog, and he was hilarious. Like, genuinely, I belly laughed.
Yes.
That was another point. And also, the setup was really cool. Like, I don't know, there was just so much space.
Yes,
And-
it didn't feel cramped. It felt like you had plenty of room to walk around. It didn't feel like Matsuri-Con where it was too spread out, and there was just empty real estate.
And there was a ton of stuff to do. Like,
Yes.
I honestly have never been to a convention where I thought I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
And other conventions, besides working on my cosplay, I was rarely in the hotel room, which is very rare, because usually I would like spend a good half the day just chilling in the hotel room.
Yeah,
So that was one of the best parts. Ew.
Yeah, you're spending most of the time in the hotel room. There's a fucking convention to be had.
Well, not on this convention.
Yeah, Chicago was roughly the same way. There was literally
Wow, alright.
so many celebrities, so much booths, like, and everything was very spaced out.
We didn't go to
A
any
bit
panels,
too
too.
much.
No.
Yeah, we didn't do any panels. That was probably. I don't even know. I didn't even have enough time to think about panels.
Yeah, that's how I feel we were.
The dealer's hall was just
There was
massive.
events going on until like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, there was just a lot. And then there's a food court, which...
Holy crap. They had some really good butter chicken down there.
I mean, there's a bar, a food court. There's like a really good sky overhead whatever that people can take pictures on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Staircase.
the skywalk going to the garage.
Great lighting. Yeah, there's great lighting for photos and cosplay. Like it's not just like what the con brings. It's just the atmosphere of the place. Cause
I know it's like Memeville, Ohio, but like I'm just saying that convention center is pretty awesome.
yeah, it is.
It is. It is.
And they just keep
Location.
upgrading it. Like they keep making changes. I mean, the jury looks completely different. than it
Fucking
did.
A, you
That's
aren't
very
kidding.
true.
Oh, fucking, Jake and I got our pictures taken from Natalie and Ripley as when we were cosplaying Daft Punk. Joey Fatone walked by from NSYNC was part of the guest list at GalaxyCon. Like this was a very diverse guest list. We had people from fucking TV, music, voice actors from anime, voice actors from video games. But yeah, so like while we were getting our pictures taken as Daft Punk, Joey Fatone walked by and noticed us and thought our cosplays were kind of cool. Ripley noticed it and let us know after the fact she didn't want to make a scene, which is respectable. Like, don't want to fucking be that guy.
At the same time,
Yeah,
though.
that's.
Yeah.
Well,
At the
we
same
tried
time-
to chase him down though.
we did.
At the
I'm like,
fucking
oh my
same
god, you just
time.
mentioned that now?
We were like, go, go, go.
Come on, we gotta
Um,
find him.
We even tried to draw him in by playing NSYNC.
Yes.
Also,
love
on top
this
of that,
album.
did you guys get the picture that Ripley sent about GalaxyCon with Emily Swallow?
No.
No.
Okay,
Wait, maybe.
What?
so there's a video of the Forge Master from The Mandalorian. There was a cosplay of it walking through the halls. We noticed her. It was a really nice cosplay. It was like as accurate as you can get.
Yeah,
That
she
was
walking
actually-
behind us.
That was actually her.
That was her.
Sweet.
Oh,
Like,
kind of like Uncle Iroh at.
I wonder
Ohio.
if she did like because some of the Overwatch voice actors like teamed up with cosplayers
Yep.
and they had them make their cosplays. Because
oh, that's
why
kinda
would you
cool.
not want to make a cosplay for voice actors? Or
I
an
can
actor or
definitely, I can
something?
definitely fucking see Somber doing that, and like I'm sure she already has.
Someone did do that.
Or maybe she was able to keep the actual. That'd be freaking amazing.
Yeah, like as much
Umbra
as
and Metro did.
But yeah, but if the man like if she what was her name?
Emily Swallow.
Like if she was allowed to if I mean the character's name. Like if Emily was allowed
Oh,
to keep the
I think they literally do not name her. I think she's literally just called the Forge Master.
Forge Master. If she was able to keep that outfit and was like actually walking around the con in that.
She surprised Giancarlo Esposito at his
Oh,
birth,
yeah?
pretending to be just a
Oh,
regular
yeah.
cosplayer, and she
That's
took
fucking-
her helmet off.
That's
Right,
fucking
they're
awesome.
in the
I
same
like that shit.
Right,
Adorable.
he's the main bad guy in that show.
Yeah,
Dude, he plays so many good villains. Like,
he
what the fuck?
does, and I keep saying that he needs to be a fucking villain in Marvel.
He voices a Invincible character.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Not Invincible.
Harley Quinn. He's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, and then he's
Oh.
in Boys of or
Yes, he's
Yes,
the
he's
voice
the
of
Boys.
Spectre, and he's also in Cyberpunk Edge Runners as
That's the one.
Faraday.
I'm just calling this out right now, since they're completely rebooting and retconning the DC movies. They have an opportunity to do Mr. Freeze right, and I'm just saying Giancarlo Esposito would be fantastic as Mr. Freeze.
oh my god, you're totally right.
Like, I'm
It's pretty-
We
immediately
need a good Mr. Freeze.
I am immediately thinking like Batman the Animated Series, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Or
level
one
of
with Harley
shit.
Quinn. The one with Harley Quinn is pretty good too.
I'll agree with
Even
that.
though
Well, I mean,
movie's
like,
pretty ridiculous.
okay, the Harley Quinn show as a whole is just fucking chef's kiss. I don't care what anyone says. I
It's
love that series.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I kind of was losing interest as it goes on. The first season was definitely
First season's great.
it was hilarious. I mean,
The best thing in that series, in my opinion, is either the joke when the Joker found out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, how he's like, oh, cool. Now, well, since you're here, where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
I put a deposit down for your stupid electric car, and that shit never came out. Where's the goddamn car, Bruce?
what did they say about Superman?
I mean, they said a lot about Superman.
Superman, no, like he doesn't do his job, or I don't
They
know.
dumped on everybody.
It was really funny.
And then
There was one.
Kite Man as an actual character is just holy
Yep,
fuck.
yep. Kite Man, and then the fact that they brought Condiment Man back.
The Condiment King.
Condiment
thank you very
King,
much.
yes.
Dude, that character is ridiculous.
Oh,
I love the fact that Jason Alexander was there as fucking part of Doom Patrol.
Yes.
And then probably my favorite character in that entire series, King Shark.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was about to bring up my favorite part in season 2 is when Harley Quinn gets a flamethrower and starts carving out like Mr. Freeze's
Wife.
entranceway.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
and then he
entranceway.
just goes like, "Look, it's a vagina," and he's like, "Oh, it's a human vagina. Well, that makes it much better. Okay, let's go now." It's like, what the fuck are you trying to get at, dude?
That's fantastic. Absolutely.
That character
fantastic.
is so good.
I had my reservations when I heard it was Kaylee Cuoco. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That it was her doing Harley Quinn, because I wasn't too big into Big Bang Theory. Not that I was hating on it. It just wasn't. It wasn't my cup of tea. But I was pleasantly surprised finding out that she just like did a really good job with it.
Oh,
Didn't even use the accent and still just nailed the character. It was great.
sort of off topic, but if I don't say it, I'm gonna forget. We're cosplaying the cyberpunk ice climbers. Just anyway, this kid walks by and goes. He points at this little kid. He's like 12. And he goes, "Ice climbers going to war." It's like,
But
yes.
you know what, kid? Those children there just kind of like knew what was up.
Or wait, they said ice climbers ready for battle. I got these patches to put on them that say "Get wobbled."
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting PTSD.
Yep, that's the point.
Oh my god. Fuck you for that. That's amazing, but fuck you for that. I cannot personally speak on this because we did not buy VIP, but the general consensus that I've been getting from friends and other con goers who did purchase VIP is that it was basically a waste of money because VIP perks were not enforced. They were basically just like a glorified weekend pass. And considering how we paid $200 per ticket, so we paid $400 total. Like, or no, sorry. It would have been $400 total because it was $200 per VIP ticket. We paid $200 total.
Wait,
plus,
I thought VIP was only like $40 more than, or
no,
not even.
No, it was double
price. I remember
price.
looking, it was like 123 when I was about to buy it.
Was that the 2-day VIP? Because there was also a 2-day VIP.
Maybe, but that seems like a hell of a better deal.
There is a lot of issues with that. Also, the other is like this is like more of a nitpicky thing, and I'm immediately going to nullify this case in point here, but I'm just gonna bring it up anyways. Where our hotel was located was at the opposite end of where the vendor hall was. That's not that big of a problem considering how the vendor hall was utilized to its fullest extent. So that's a very small nitpick. And I would gladly take that if that is the only bad thing about the con.
Yeah, I actually didn't even think about that because I usually just like walking.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing everything.
Yeah.
But when you just want to go to the vendor hall, it's like...
Yeah.
Well, also, like, the convention was practically dead until you got to that section of the convention, which isn't anything on there.
Well, I also think that's probably because it needs to grow in popularity because it has... I mean, GalaxyCon is well known, but it's only been in Columbus for...
This is what, the second or third year?
First year. No,
this is the first
year.
Oh, yeah.
All the other years have been in Louisville.
So, and that was back when it was SuperCon.
Yeah, it was PopCon? No, wait.
SuperCon.
SuperCon? Okay.
Yep. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up is this is something more on mine and Rip's part because we like to go to, especially if it's a bigger convention like that, we like to go on Thursday because we get early badge pickup. We avoid the lines, we avoid trouble, we avoid anything like that. There was no Thursday badge pickup. And it seemed very surprising for how big of a convention this was. And according to some staff and volunteers, this is through the grapevine, they had mentioned that they should have done a Thursday badge pickup, and apparently the con organizers didn't realize that that was such a widespread thing across bigger conventions. So they said that's something that they will look into in later years, so like next year. So I'm not going to say that it's a guarantee, but it's a good chance that if that's something that they're talking about, we could see a Thursday badge pickup next year's GalaxyCon, which we have already booked our hotel for. That is on our con slate.
Yeah, and I gotta like be able to have time to go to some panels because I didn't go to a single one. I would have liked to see the wrestling that they had going.
Oh, the cosplay, the multiverse. So I'm not sure about that because there was also some confusion on some VIP exclusive areas. I think that was one of them, and I think that's what caused a little bit of issues.
Oh,
really?
I think I could be entirely wrong on that, but if I remember correctly, I do remember hearing somebody talking about how that was like a VIP after party event or a VIP after event.
That's weird. It seemed so easily accessible.
Yeah, like
The cosplay wrestling is a lot of fun.
yeah, I have seen those before at different conventions, and it's always entertained.
Yes, holy shit.
And then what was the other thing too? There was the VIP, there was Thursday badge pickup.
Oh my god, the ATM lines.
That's
Jesus.
yeah, that's like a convention thing in general. I've noticed.
That's a personal complaint, like
Yeah.
for myself in general.
But
I don't know.
the video games.
I will say
cash
the line
only.
that I went to was like 2 minutes because there was like one other person.
Yeah. The video game section, the arcade.
Yeah, that was a little
I will definitely say.
Even though it was very lackluster, I will say that I actually kind of enjoyed it being in the vendor hall. I think
True.
part of that reason was, one, it was well lit, so my eyes weren't being as strained. I know that's a really weird thing that maybe some people have issues with. It was not as cramped in comparison to Matsuri and OhioCon. It was in this tiny cramped room with a bunch of cosplayers, and the room was carpeted, so all that heat from the machinery would retain and just it would be a nice hot room full of sweaty hot cosplayers.
Yes.
This was
Yeah.
very open and breathable, and it wasn't cramped, so I actually felt like I could sit there and enjoy, what I want to do, and it wasn't as crowded. People weren't waiting in long lines to do one thing or the other because there was a bunch of tabletop
unless it was
games in
Saturday.
the same room.
Yeah.
Saturday was significantly more packed than the rest.
It was.
Holy
I
crap.
genuinely do not think I've seen a convention more packed than that, and I am including Fan Expo and MomoCon to that.
That was I'd like to know how many people were there on Saturday because that was nuts.
That
I've never
had to
seen
have been.
that
Everybody
convention so
pretty
packed.
much like bought a ticket on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so expensive for the whole.
Yeah.
That's the
weekend.
other thing. This con was expensive.
Maybe
it
that's
was very
maybe that's
expensive.
a good thing though, because the people that are willing to pay for all 3 days can get more. Not obviously not the VIP pass, but more chances to meet people because the mass of people that was there Saturday was.
Yeah, we got lucky with Chief because his Saturday line was stupid.
Yeah, and I discovered that if you really want to meet somebody that has a long line, usually you just wait till they go on break, and then you time it from like 10 minutes till they come back. You get in line, you're at the front because nobody's lined up yet.
Yep.
Unless it's like somebody really, really famous, I guess. But
So I just want to point out the is this the correct one? GalaxyCon, Anime Columbus, GalaxyCon Columbus, home.
that was just GalaxyCon Columbus.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, tickets are on sale now. So I just want to point out the fact that this is the early bird special. The 3-day VIP all weekend is $325.
Oh my god!
Nope.
$325.
Holy fucking shit!
So for
What
two
about
people,
the regular 3-day pass?
a 3-day pass is $120, but if you can get 25% off of that. So that's like, what is it?
I don't think the ticket.
Essentially, that's like $90. That's like $90 for a 3-day pass. So for
I don't
me,
think the prices changed. I think they keep them the same, like from start to finish. Like, because the price I bought like a week before the con, and it was the same as the price is right now. So
oh no, the only thing that
$110.
the only thing that changes is the coupon code they give you to get money off.
oh,
That's the only thing that changes. So for that being said, that is a 3-day pass, $120 if you don't use the coupon code. So for two people to go, it's $240 after taxes and fees. You're probably looking at $260 to $270. That's without gas. That's without the hotel. And we always book the Drury because it's a little bit on the pricier side, but you get free breakfast and free dinner.
Yeah, it is true.
And it's connected to the convention center.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
like
it's
right
that's
there down the hill, quite literally to the food court too.
yeah.
So if you like party at conventions, that's kind of the place to go. You can walk down to that lobby piss ass drunk at 2 in the morning. Otherwise, and you can just go to the convention.
Yeah, and it's like, while this is a very pricey convention to get into, I could definitely see where the money is going because they put a lot of money into their guests. They put a lot of money into the convention itself. Everything. Yeah, I
very
don't.
solid.
Very. Yeah. I don't think there was a single issue that I had with this convention other than the ones that we mentioned. The video game, the arcade room could have been bigger. The video games themselves could have been more well done. It seems like the video games. It did. It looked like the video games were more of an afterthought, and maybe it was. If that's what they're, if the video games was an afterthought, it's like, hey, you know, we were looking for more of this. That's fine and dandy. I have no issues with that. But if you're going to continue supplying video games, I think there's still the Snow Fox Arcade, the people who supplied for MatsuriCon and OhioCon, because of all the controversy going on for that, and which the reason why me and Ripley, and also by proxy Jake and Natalie, are not going to OhioCon is because of the controversy surrounding it.
GalaxyCon couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah. Oh my God.
OhioCon is no longer.
Yeah. I would be genuinely shocked and surprised if OhioCon survives after this.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Well, I mean, there are the select group of people who just don't pay attention to internet drama.
I do want to say one last thing about GalaxyCon that I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So there was a guest on there that went at the very, very last minute, and it was Amanda Bynes.
Oh my God.
Apparently, she did not show up whatsoever.
Even going.
She apparently dipped out on another convention last minute, like last year.
She was going to be at 90s Con, and then, yeah, she was going to be at this convention. And her promo video looked like she was beyond dead inside. And like she was reading from a prompt, because it was just like, hey guys, I'm so excited to be going at GalaxyCon. I love conventions.
Like she's
and everything about Comic-Con and whatever. Come by and say hi. And she just never showed up.
All right, so we went through all the goods, we went through all the bads. Our next convention would have been OhioCon, but due to some circumstances, we're deciding to opt against that.
Circumstances.
The other convention after that, I'm not sure if we can apply for press. We certainly could try. It's a small-ish convention in the Sharonville area called HorrorHound Weekend. It's very popular within the horror community. It's like a little 3-day convention based around horror, but there's a lot of other things that happen there. There's some, you know, we actually had some musicians going there. Like the lead singer of Ice Nine Kills went there as a guest.
Corey Taylor went to the one in Indy, and I'm very sad that I missed that.
Eli Roth, if you guys are horror fans, he is responsible for Cabin Fever. He is responsible for Hostel, Grindhouse Death Proof, and on top of that, he is responsible for making the new Thanksgiving movie that came out this year, actually. And Ripley and I went to the theaters to go watch it, and we had a lot of fun. I expected a dumb, fun horror movie based on Thanksgiving, and that's what he fucking delivered. This man is a goddamn genius. Also, on the director side of things, Sam fucking Raimi.
Damn, okay.
Sam fucking Raimi, Ted Raimi, and Ivan Raimi as well. So, Evil Dead fans, HorrorHound Weekend is a really good call for you guys.